Hi guys. I know I giggle every time I start the video. I do this little ridiculous giggle, that's really ridiculous and really annoying. I don't know why I do this, you guys, but yeah, I do it. I'm guilty, okay? I'm guilty. Listen, you guys, what is going on in the United States? Well, I guess it's not just the United States. I think it's also in Germany and someone don't laugh. I'm actually in France, but I did not hear of this happening in France in the last few weeks or months. But I heard someone say that it's in Germany and France that something similar happens. But it just seems like a lot of things are happening in America. And the latest being this explosion of a Tesla Cybertruck in Las Vegas in front of a Trump hotel, you guys. And I'm looking at the footage right now, that's all over the global media. You had this car filled with fireworks. They apparently have some suspect, who is still at large, but they're saying that it's a terrorist act, potentially linked to terrorist networks around the world. you know. We know that they charged this other young man, the Italian Luigi Mangione, under the terrorism statute in New York for shooting the CEO of United Healthcare. And now we have this situation involving Elon and Trump, because I don't think there was any manifesto or anything like that, but I think clearly there's some kind of link between Trump and Elon, because the person used a Cybertruck, which is made by Tesla, which is Elon Musk's company. And then they rented this in Colorado, I believe, and on some app called Turo or something like that. It's like a car rental app, correct me if I'm wrong. And they then drove to Nevada, to Las Vegas, parked in front of this hotel owned by Trump, or if it's not owned by Trump, it has the Trump name on it, because sometimes Trump sort of leases out his name, so it's not necessarily Trump's, um, Trump's, what you call it, Trump's hotel, but certainly his name is on the hotel. So they blow the car, they try to detonate the car, but the technology used by Tesla to build the Cybertruck is apparently so good, so advanced, that the truck did not really blow up completely, despite all of the things that the types of fuel and um, fire creating devices that this person had in the truck. So instead of it sort of having this wide explosion, it sort of went upwards instead. And so there were fewer casualties than would have been there had the truck not had this advanced technology. Um, what can I say? Wow, wow. I guess this means that both Elon and Trump would need to have very good security going forward. We don't even know if this is a political thing, Democrat, Republican, whatever. Sometimes, because I don't think Luigi Mangione was Democrat, and so I think initially people thought he was a Democrat, but he's not. So it's not necessarily someone who's a Democrat. It could be someone who's MAGA, but who is angry that their perception being that Trump and Elon are not keeping their promises to the MAGA base, to the people who actually voted for Trump. You had the whole thing with the H-1B visas and so on and so forth, where people, the immigration issue, where people in the MAGA, the base, you have two MAGAs. You have like tech MAGA and base MAGA, whatever they call that, I call it base MAGA and tech MAGA. And in base MAGA, they are very, where's my water? I put my water someplace else. I need water. Excuse me. In base MAGA, they don't want any immigrants in the country, whether legal or illegal. Just get out. And tech MAGA, they want a certain caliber of immigrants, people who can actually help to advance their objectives in the technological field. And so some people like Laura Luma, remember, I just learned about her a few days ago. I didn't really know of her, but apparently she's a real mouthpiece for MAGA. And during the campaign, Trump really gave her a platform. He took her on his private jet. She was, really feeling like a VIP. And then since the election, it does not appear that Trump has had a whole lot of time for her. He's been really seen with Elon and all the men, all the this is a man's world. Clearly, his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, is it? Obviously is a girl, a woman, I should say, but mostly this is a man's world around Trump. And it doesn't seem that Laura Luma has been getting the same sort of, attention that she has become accustomed to getting during the campaign. And so she's been feeling a little bit sore and a little bit touchy about the fact that, Trump is spending all his time with these billionaires and not really focused on MAGA, base MAGA. And she has called Elon Musk a welfare queen. I mean, that's pretty heavy, right? And because she claims that he has gotten billions of dollars in federal subsidies to launch his companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, Boring Company, and God knows what else he has. And I just lost my battery on my computer. So yeah, oh no, wait a minute, we're gonna lose the light. 2 seconds, I can't do that. We have to keep this charging. So it's a real mess. And so there's been this civil war that has erupted online between base MAGA and tech MAGA. And, a lot of non-Republicans have been having a field day about it. So I say all that to say that we can't jump to conclusions and think, well, this was a Democrat or this was a Republican or whatever. We don't really know. It could easily have been a Democrat. It could easily have been a Republican. It could easily have been an independent. It could easily have been someone who doesn't even care about politics. What we do know is that this person used a Cybertruck, which it has a link to Elon Musk, and he drove it to Trump Hotel, which has a link to Trump, and then just blows this thing up. And so to me, it just clearly means that both Trump and Elon Musk would need to have very good security going forward, for their own sake. I think Elon has about 20 people on his security team, I read. So that's a lot. That's almost like on the level of, the president. And just like the Secret Service, I don't know how many Secret Service follow Trump, but 20 people on your team of security is a lot of people already. So I don't think he needs more than that, but I mean, who knows? I mean, even with the Secret Service, Trump was almost assassinated twice, right? Or there were 2 assassination attempts on Trump. So I think that Musk would also have to think about that. Yeah, you guys, it's a rough world, it's a rough world, and I think that it's a rough sport. It's definitely a man's sport. This is, this kind of stuff, it's usually men against men, as you can see. And people fighting for dominance. They're fighting for dominance, one way, shape, or form. Trump and Musk are fighting for dominance. They will never admit it, but Musk would like to be more dominant than Trump. Trump thinks he's already more dominant than Musk because he's going to be president for the next 4 years. Then you have groups of men wanting to dominate other groups of men, and this could be based on ideology, based on nationality, based on race. It's just men trying to dominate other men. This is really the root of, I think, of most of the problems on the earth. If you think about it, it's men. It comes down to men trying to dominate other men. And I don't think it's going to change. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, why don't we all just get along? Because it's not in the nature of man, And I don't think that mankind, whatever, gave itself its nature. That nature was given. You see, for me, this whole thing is a simulation. Life is a simulation, God is not a person. I know that goes in the face of everything that, most of us have been taught our lives. I mean, God is not a person. I mean, there is something, but it's not a person. It's a big, massive, gigantic ball of light and fire and energy, right? And that thing has qualities that can be considered human qualities. Yes. We were created. Yes, I believe in creation. This isn't a big bang. This is stupid. This is completely stupid. And don't forget I told you. So when you die and you see that I'm right, you need to affirm that for me if I'm still here, right? We were created. Was it in the Garden of Eden? I don't know. Probably not. But it's something like that. I thought about that today, you guys. I said, this doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? This makes no sense. Because whoever did this to us would not, given us our nature, put us in this simulation. This is a simulation. This whole thing is a simulation. They didn't put us here as babies. It wasn't like, oh, just drop some babies. Now, the babies came after. That thing, that ball of light and fire and energy, right, has human qualities and other qualities as well that we can't even imagine, you see. And the man was first. The male was first. And then it created the woman. Never intending, you guys, never intending, I mean, you're going to get in trouble with this, for the woman to be equal in the raw sense of the word to the man. And in the man is a nature. And that nature is many different things, but violence is very much a part of it. And the desire for dominance is just what their energy is until they die, right? And so we're not going to be able to fix these problems in the world. We will die, and there'll be new generations and new generations and new generations after that, unless we blow ourselves up. And it's still going to be that way, where you're going to have men fighting for dominance in some way. Even if they move to Mars. I mean, Elon wants to move to Mars and be the first president of Mars. That's what he wants. He's the first president of Mars. And to him, that's like even bigger than, the president of all the countries in the world combined. And think about it, in a way, it is dominance, right? But even there, they cannot overcome their nature. The fight for dominance. This results in a lot of violence. Yeah, and it's going to continue like that. But look, I mean, what can I say? I digressed a lot, but how's my hair? You like my hair? You like my hair? Today was, as I said in the video right before this one, today was, or is, one of those days where, I don't have it. So I'm like, hence the hair. But I kind of feel like, I like my hair like that anyway. It's got character, pizzazz, right? Razzmatazz in my fantasies. Anyway, that's all for this one. See you in the next one. I hope that the people who were injured will have a speedy recovery. And I hope they apprehend whoever did this. And I wish safety for everyone, honestly. And that's all, right? So see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.